Out on a remote tip of Ireland, a terrible storm was rampaging across the 5 peninsulas. An old lighthouse keeper stayed awake, keeping a sharp eye on the horizon for ships in distress. He was exhausted, but all too aware of the dangers to ships at sea. As the storm raged on, the lighthouse was consumed by a wall of water, engulfed by the briny deep, and the lighthouse keeper could no longer seem to spot any ships in distress. "Solitude is not my friend this night," said the lighthouse keeper. He drank down a shot of rum and wondered for how long the storm would rage, while he spared a thought for the poor souls out in ships that night. The lighthouse keeper felt his eyelids weighted down like lead, but he dared not sleep while he was on duty, not while there could be ships in trouble on the turbulent sea. To keep his mind occupied, he opened a book of poems and began to read. Below the thunders of the upper deep, far, far beneath in the abysmal sea, his ancient, dreamless, uninvaded sleep. Suddenly, from below, he heard an enormous roar that shook the lighthouse. The lighthouse keeper let out a laugh. His mind was playing tricks on him. His tiredness haunted him. He turned back to his book and continued reading. The Kraken sleepeth, faintest sunlights flee about his shadowy sides. Above him swell huge sponges of millennial growth and height, and far away into the sickly light, from many a wondrous grot and secret cell, there had he lain for ages, and will lie battening upon huge sea worms in his sleep until the latter fire shall eat. The lighthouse keeper opened his eyes. He had fallen into a deep sleep, and the night had passed without incident. The storm had died, and no ships lay upon the rocks. He ventured out to enjoy the fresh sea air, pleased that he could report back the good news. Then, from behind him, he heard a terrible murmur, a grumble and a roar. He turned, and the monster reached out its long, dripping tentacles, grabbing him and consuming him whole.